I guess we have done this already. Nineteen 71 was the year of Ramsar Convention on Protection of Wetlands. 1972 was it led to the foundation of UN Environment or UNEP, United Nations Environment Program. Stockholm Declaration. 1972 में Stockholm Declaration, the first meeting from all over the world, which resulted into UN Environment at which place? Paris, Geneva, कहाँ पे? At Nairobi. So who was the leader of India, Prime Minister of India during this time? In 1972? Indira Gandhi. Was she Environment Minister during that time? Was she ever an Environment Minister of India? Yes. So therefore she went to that, she came back, and we have understanding? '72, '73. कौन से कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजंस फॉर एनवायरनमेंट? आर्टिकल कौन सा है? 48A. क्या 48A क्या है? '48A is for cow protection. Cow is environment. I am asking you, what is for the environment? It is DPSP नहीं, fundamental duty. Your duty is to protect the environment. So आज का your homework 5 provisions या 4 provisions जो भी है, I'll discuss them tomorrow. अरे पॉलिटी के जो आर्टिकल्स है रिलेटिंग टू द एनवायरनमेंट, एक DPSP है, एक फंडामेंटल ड्यूटी है, दोनों की लैंग्वेज कंफ्यूजिंग है, एंड ये हर 3-4 साल बाद आता है क्वेश्चन कि वेदर दिस इज DPSP और वेदर दिस इज फंडामेंटल ड्यूटी, विच यू शुड नो दिस वेरी प्रॉपरली. Cow is not our environment. Abhi tak you have not joined the upcoming government. So cow will become an environment after some years. Abhi itne jaldi nahi. बस प्रीलिम्स के लिए इतना ही याद रखते हैं, क्लब ऑफ रोम ने कौन सा थियरी दिया था, लिमिट्स टू ग्रोथ थियरी. व्हाट इट इज एन हाईली पेसिमिस्टिक मॉडल ऑफ वॉट एवर यू डू, हम मरने वाले हैं बाय 2022. आई टोल्ड यू इन द अर्लियर, कोई ज़रूरत नहीं, 6 रन है इसके. फर्स्ट रन में वी आर फोकसिंग मोर ऑन agriculture. Because of agriculture human population increases and there is no food left by 2022. Second thing they say कि चलो agriculture नहीं, अब हम industrial revolution पे focus कर रहे हैं. So as a result of this, पहले रन में we are dying because population is greater than that of agriculture. Malthusian concept कि the food production will increase by, in the geometrical term, in the arithmetical terms, and the human population is going to increase in the geometrical means, and therefore we'll all die because of hunger. So second scenario उन्होंने दिया, okay, Malthus is wrong. We are focusing not just on agriculture, we are focusing on industry. So because you are focusing on industry, you are diverting all your capital towards industry. There is no capital for agriculture. कुछ लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. It is proper optional की theory. Fine. So you are diverting all. मैं इसलिए कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि एक बार क्वेश्चन पूछा था, क्लब ऑफ रोम ने सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट का कंसेप्ट दिया कि नहीं. So it has not been given any concept. It is a pessimistic model. So in the second model, because you are diverting everything to the industry, they say कि ultimately भूखमरी से हम मर जाएंगे. Second model में. Third model में चलो industry नहीं, you are focusing too much on agriculture again by developing high yielding variety of seeds, by green revolution etc. तो वो कहते हैं we will all die by 2020 because fertilizers, pesticides and insecticides के pollution से. Fourth में we have solved that by doing sustainable agriculture. तो fourth में ये कहते हैं we all will die by 2022 because of industrial pollution. Fifth में we solve the industrial pollution, we solve the agriculture का problems. They say कि we all will die because of inflation and social disharmony. Sixth and last run में सब हमने problems humanity के खत्म कर दिए. There is clean energy, there is clean environment, there is clean organic farming. They say you are going to die because इतना अच्छा conditions होगा कि population is going to increase and फिर से you are going to die because of the food crisis. So therefore it is known as a pessimistic model. We should just know who gave this. It is given by the Club of Rome. कुछ नहीं, जाके वहाँ पे सब लोग मिले एक बार, पार्टी बेटी की, कुछ हुआ नहीं उसमें, नथिंग हैपेंड. 10 साल 20 साल कब कंप्लीट होंगे? 1992 में. 1992 में मीन्स यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड नोबडी इज टेकिंग क्लाइमेट सीरियसली हियर. थोड़ा बहुत इन्होंने डर पैदा करने का कोशिश किया by everything is doing, but nobody is taking it seriously. 1985 में थोड़ा बहुत seriously लेना पड़ा because of which got converted into Montreal Protocol and ultimately into Kigali Agreement, all focusing on प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ ओजोन लेयर. एंड देन यहाँ से सीरियसली लेना शुरू किया 1987 से बिकॉज ऑफ पब्लिकेशन ऑफ Brundtland report. Because of the publication of Brundtland report. So what is this Brundtland report? I will note down there. Brundtland report or the Brundtland Commission or the Brundtland Commission, it was also known as, what is uska dusra name? World Commission on Environment and Development. World Commission on Environment and Development. World Commission on Environment and Development. It published a first volume of report, or it published a volume of report known as Our Common Future. Known as Our Common Future, in which it gave the concept of sustainable development. It gave the concept of sustainable development. It gave the concept of sustainable development. क्या है sustainable development का definition? The development that meets the needs of present generation without compromising on the needs of future generation. Should I give the definition or pata hai? You know this? Who was the US president who was helpful in establishing this? Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was the US president who was helpful, and obviously World Bank was there. Most important thing. So Ronald Reagan was helpful in establishing many of the international institutions, and one of them was the Bertland Report. And therefore, in the year 1988, IPCCC was established. In the year 1988, IPCCC was established. IPCCC was established. What is IPCCC? Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Established by whom? By Modi. So, it was established by WMO and United Nations Environment Program. The major work of IPCC, which is a non-governmental organization, intergovernmental organization, which is an intergovernmental organization, is providing world with objective, scientific view on climate change. Objective scientific view on the climate change, as well as its socio-economic impacts. Socio-economic impact. The major work of IPCC is to assess. ये 3 point wise लिखना. Is to assess. Point number 1, risk of human induced climate change. Second, potential impact. And third, its possible mitigation and prevention. Possible options of mitigation and prevention. अब देखो, ये थोड़ा टेक्निकल ये है, थोड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग ये है. IPCC का काम क्या है? IPCC is going to give you scientific analysis of the climate change. Objective view. How it is going to give you objective view so that you can assess the potential impact, mitigate, एंड ऑप्शंस भी होने चाहिए, राइट? मीन्स इट इज गोइंग टू गिव यू साइंटिफिक व्यू. ईच एंड एवरी वर्ड इज इंपॉर्टेंट हियर. With the objective scientific view, underline the word view. The major work of IPCC is to assess. Point number 1, क्या assess करना है? Risk of human induced climate change. Point number 2, potential impact. Point number 3, possible mitigation. क्या कर रहा है? Assess, मतलब कुछ काम नहीं कर रहा है, ये सिर्फ एनालाइज कर रहा है बैठ के. So, कल अगर क्वेश्चन आता है, does it work on reducing the climate change? No. Does it monitor the climate change? No. Now this thing is, it does not monitor the climate change, neither it works for the climate change. उसका काम है to give you published literature on the climate change. बाकी कुछ नहीं करता. It just publishes the literature. कि देखो ये climate change हुआ है पिछले 10 साल में. देखो ये climate change हुआ है इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन के बाद. एंड हमने ये करना चाहिए. उसके लिए आप कार्बन सिक्वेस्ट्रेशन करो या उसके लिए आप अफॉरेस्टेशन करो. It does not tell you कि कितना कम करना चाहिए कितना नहीं. मतलब it does not tell कि इंडिया में इतना ज़्यादा हुआ है तो ऐसे करो. इट विल जस्ट पब्लिश द लिटरेचर. और कैसा पब्लिश करेगा लिटरेचर? खुद का ओरिजिनल वर्क नहीं. जितने भी, इट इज मोर लाइक अ कंटेंट मेकिंग टीम ऑफ यूपीएससी का कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स. जितना भी लिटरेचर है उसको फाइनलाइज करेगा और एक आपको लिटरेचर दे देगा. दैट इज आईपीसीसी. सो आईपीसीसी हमेशा याद रखना, अपनी कंटेंट टीम जितना भी नेट पे अवेलेबल लिटरेचर है उस सबको इकट्ठा करेगा. कुछ ओरिजिनल रिसर्च नहीं होगा, उसको आपको फाइन ट्यून करके दे देगा. दैट इज व्हाट इज आईपीसीसी इज डूइंग. फाइन. क्योंकि मॉनिटर टू वर्क ऑन द क्लाइमेट चेंज UNFCCC है. दैट इज स्लाइटली डिफरेंट फ्रॉम आईपीसीसी. सो फॉर प्रीलिम्स के लिए दिस लाइन आई एम गिविंग. द वर्क ऑफ आईपीसीसी is to produce reports so that UNFCCC can work. To stabilize the greenhouse gas emissions. IPCC, CCC कुछ भी यूज कर सकते हो, पर इट इज बेसिकली इंटर गवर्नमेंटल पैनल ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज. इट इज यूनाइटेड नेशंस फ्रेमवर्क कन्वेंशन टू कॉम्बैट क्लाइमेट चेंज. यहाँ पे CCC, ये CCC. No. I am coming to that. Have you understood? 1988 IPCC is established. What is its work? It is to produce reports. And then on the 20th anniversary of Stockholm in year 1992, two things happened. One was we came to know that the climate change is reality, and therefore to fight the climate change we came to know that there has to be some money, and therefore global environment facility was established under the World Bank. But more importantly, in 1992, there was Rio Earth Summit. And in the Rio Earth Summit, on the day 5th of June 1992, 3 documents were opened for signature. One document was Convention on Biodiversity. Other document was United Nations Framework Convention to Combat Climate Change. And the third convention was United Nations Framework Convention to combat desertification. And therefore, it is celebrated as the World Environment Day. What is celebrated as the World Environment Day? 5th of June. Why? They were adopted? No. They were ratified? No. Just because they were opened for signature. And then we are going to proceed. जैसे ही ये चार्ट हमारा खत्म, अपना syllabus is going to end. That is UNCBD. After that, UNFCCC. And इसके बाद कोई खास मीटिंग नहीं. All these things started meeting. Now इससे पहले there was a time duration of 10 years. आपने देखा? And 10 years is too big time duration for taking any decision on climate change. Why 10 years? Because there were large-scale summits. Summits means only the top head of the governments used to go, prime ministers or presidents, whatever is there. They realized that prime ministers and presidents do not have enough time to go every year, and they do not have luxury to meet only once in 10 years. So they decided that from next year onwards, they will be meeting every year, but not zaruri nahi ki prime minister jayega, but who should go is the environmental minister, along with the secretaries, bureaucrats, plus ministers and bureaucrats. Climate change is scientific topic. They don't have scientific knowledge, so scientists, and they will be supported by non-governmental organization. So this meeting of scientists, ministers, bureaucrats, of NGOs, या specialized agencies, was known as Conference of Parties. What is the difference between Conference of Parties and the summits? This Conference of Parties mein private players got a chance to go inside. Why? Just because of the scientific knowledge. And thus, this progressed further. See, this is our chart going to go. UNCBD, we are going to go further as tenth meeting of the Conference of Parties on United Nations Convention on Biodiversity. 11th meeting of the Conference of Parties on the United Nations Convention on Biodiversity took place in Indian Hyderabad. There is Hyderabad even in Pakistan. So Indian Hyderabad. And therefore, ये इसमें decide किया कि 2011 to 2020 is a United Nations Decade on Biodiversity. So we are right now in the United Nations Decade on Biodiversity. ये जाएगा आगे as Kyoto 1, Kyoto 2. You do Doha Agreement even in economics, WTO, Doha round, failure, successful, Doha round, failure. Even this is a failure. दोनों मीटिंग जो दोहा में हुई है, it is a failure. That is the end of the environment and ecology. Allied topics में International Solar Alliance, Alliance Against Coal, that is Powering Past Coal Alliance, Marshall Islands Dispute, fine, outcomes of Katowice, nationally determined contributions, India and उसका nationally determined contributions, UN Red Plus, fine, इस साल UNFCCC Plus, मतलब जो because what happened 2018 में IPCC SR 115 आया, मतलब IPCC का स्पेशल रिपोर्ट 1.5, सो उसमें उसने अप्रोच किया 1.5 डिग्री सेल्सियस को कैसे करना है. इफ यू वांट टू टारगेट, यू हैव टू टारगेट UN, नॉट जस्ट UNFCCC, यू हैव टू कंबाइन UNFCCC एंड रेड प्लस. सो UNFCCC प्लस. सोशल फॉरेस्ट्री हमने किया है, वी विल बी डूइंग हियर ओनली जॉइंट फॉरेस्ट्री, दैट इज कैंपा, कंपनसेटरी अफॉरेस्टेशन मैनेजमेंट फंड. That is the end of the topics. But before we go, this is how the declaration is going. This is how the flow chart. 2015, 2017, 2018. Talanoa dialogue. No. See, what used to happen before this conference of parties, summit level meetings used to take place. What is the difference between summit and conference? In the summit, the top leaders of the country go. Top leaders मतलब elect, जो head of the state है. If a prime minister of India goes or a president of US comes, that is what is a summit level meeting. Conference में any minister can go. So ASEAN summit में only Narendra Modi will go. But if there is any ASEAN conference, उसमें the Sushma Swaraj can also go. Modi does not have to go. That is the difference. Now this top level meeting used to take place after every 10 years. So because it used to take place after every 10 years, there was no urgency regarding the climate change. But after Bertland, they realized that climate change is an urgent issue which needs to be understood. Secondly, they came to know this time कि the climate change is a scientific issue which cannot be solved. See, India में ही नहीं, हर डेमोक्रेसी का प्रॉब्लम है ये, except for US because of the spoil system in US, but बाकी ये हर डेमोक्रेसी का है that the elected leaders and the bureaucrats do not have any technical knowledge. So in 1990s was an era, not just in India, all over the world, especially in 1980s after the fall of USSR, when the public lost the confidence in the government. When the public lost the confidence in the government, the sphere of the government, which is welfareism, was taken over by non-governmental organizations in different era. वहाँ पे 1990s and 80s का नारा था from all over the world, including World Bank, is government has no business to be in the business. Government का work is either policing or either welfareism. Now, welfareism, policing cannot be taken up by the non-state actors, but welfareism is a topic that can be taken up by the non-state actors. And the non-state actors, NGOs, started becoming very powerful. So when they started meeting in 1992, they came to realize that scientists and the NGOs who are working for the climate change, they are much better people to deal with the scientific topic or a complex topic like climate change. But because the national laws need to be changed, there has to be a minister, and minister cannot work without his bureau, that is without his bureaucrat. Fine? One who handles his portfolio. So minister के साथ साथ bureaucrat, but due to the erosion of confidence in government, 1991 India में भी LPG reforms, 1991 liberalization, privatization, globalization, world over also. This was the era when the bureaucrats and this thing was replaced by scientific people. जो आजकल हम lateral entry की बात कर रहे हैं, scientific people मतलब जरूरी नहीं scientist, subject domain matter experts. So lateral entry and non-governmental organizations. ये आज भी इंडिया में है. This is what Prime Minister Modi is saying. Good governance में minimum government, maximum governance. So minimum government and maximum governance. Because flexibility है, line of command can be. इसमें क्या है? In the government organization, there is always a line of command. Constable will report to ASI, ASI will report to the SI, SI will report to DSP, DSP will report to, that is, DSP will report to SP. So a line of command में much valuable time is lost. And private enterprise में क्या है? Directly, engineer can write a mail to Bill Gates कि आपके इसमें ये है. So this line of command, it needs to be broken to be relevant. And इसीलिए this started coming up. Have to understand, ये जो world over हुआ, यही phenomena सब जगह भी हुआ. In geography also, this was the era कि they got disinterested. ही क्या पहाड़ और ये सब पढ़ रहे हो, कुछ scientific useful thing पढ़ो लोगों के लिए. ये क्या है, डेविस ने क्या कहा, इसने क्या कहा, ये माउंटेन्स यंग है, ओल्ड है, इससे क्या फायदा होगा. फाइन. सो ज्योग्राफी में भी थैंकफुली वो जीएस में आया नहीं. ज्योग्राफी में ऑल्सो देयर वाज अ एरा ऑफ मॉडल बिल्डिंग, जिसमें से एक है लिमिट्स टू ग्रोथ थियरी, दूसरा है अर्बन प्लानिंग के जितने भी मॉडल्स हम करते हैं, बाजार कैंटीन मॉडल, सीबीडी सीपीवाई वाला एरिया सब. सो दिस वाज एन एरा. एंड उसके बाद सो व्हाट इज कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑफ पार्टीज? कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑफ पार्टीज इज साइंटिस्ट, सब्जेक्ट मैटर एक्सपर्ट्स प्लस मिनिस्टर्स प्लस ब्यूरोक्रेट्स प्लस एनजीओ who are going to meet every year, and this is the highest decision making body of CBD or UNFCCC or UNFCCD. So कभी भी न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ोगे तो उसमें ऐसे वर्ड आता है, मतलब दिस इज अ कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑफ पार्टीज ऑफ CBD. या फिर हमने ऐसे किया बॉन UNFCCC COP23, मतलब बॉन क्लाइमेट चेंज कॉन्फ्रेंस, मतलब इट इज द 23rd मीटिंग ऑफ climate change. Similarly, UNFCCD, COP1, COP2 means it was the first or the second meeting. But this, what I told you, has already been asked in the mains in 2017 itself. What was the need for the conference of parties? So फिर से करने की जरूरत नहीं है ये कि there was disillusionment with the governments all over the world. Because the government all over the world, with the fall of USSR and the Great Depression, government के पास पैसा नहीं था तो it could not take out welfare programs, and therefore people got disillusioned. जैसे you get disillusioned with the king of, so वैसे ही हुआ था, and therefore this is how it has taken place. And अभी fast decisions, scientific decisions होता है after that. So first we'll start with CBD. Tomorrow we'll do this, and that is the end of the lectures. Right? Can I rub this? अब इसके बाद क्या हुआ? इसके बाद 2002 में मीटिंग हुई, 1992 के बाद 2002 में वहां पे आए मिलेनियम डेवलपमेंट गोल्स. फिर 2012 में मीटिंग हुई, उसमें आए सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स. यह हर 10 साल बाद दिस कॉन्फ्रेंस इज टेकिंग प्लेस फ्रॉम 1972. कभी आते हैं मिलेनियम डेवलपमेंट गोल्स, आफ्टर दैट कम्स द सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स. अब कब होगी नेक्स्ट मीटिंग? 2022. So, सबसे पहले UN sites. What is UN sites? अब there will be much given in the literature. जो भी बुक्स है, you don't have to do anything. You just have to remember whether it is an intergovernmental या non-governmental organization. नाम से ही पता लगता है it is intergovernmental. United Nations का means it is intergovernmental. Second, you have to do उसका objective. Third, अगर कोई current based चीजें हैं जो obviously literature में, standard literature में current based चीजें नहीं है. So you have to remember only 3, क्योंकि ऐसे नहीं आएगा write a short note on UN sites. These are only for prelims. Biodiversity is only for prelims, and there won't be question from the climate change in prelims. Questions in prelims come from biodiversity. Question in mains come from climate change. And climate change is so open-ended, you can still write an answer. Write a short note on ocean acidification. What will be the impact of melting of glaciers? You can still write an answer. Jitna geography ka knowledge hai. But this is very technical. UN CITES is an intergovernmental organization. Iske exactly opposite is traffic, which is a non-governmental organization. Cartagena Protocol, Nagoya Protocol. Cartagena Protocol on biosafety, Nagoya Protocol on fair and equitable sharing, ये वर्ल्ड लेवल कर लिया, इंडिया में आओ, जेनेटिक इंजीनियरिंग अप्राइजल कमेटी. दिस इज हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू अप्रोच. फाइन. बर्ड लाइफ इंटरनेशनल हमने किया है, बॉम्बे नेचुरल हिस्ट्री सोसाइटी भी हमने किया है एट द वर्ल्ड लेवल. फाइन. आईसी टारगेट्स के 20 टारगेट्स हैं, पर जिसके 5 मेन गोल्स है. खत्म वहां पे बायोडाइवर्सिटी. IUCN, WWF, the major governmental organization. I guess I have already told you, coalition for the clean air coalition for short-term atmospheric pollutants या long-term atmospheric pollutant. किया कि नहीं मैंने? नहीं? I have not told you this clean air coalition. Have we done? We have not done this. QEP में तो नहीं अटेंड किया था, नहीं किया. So we'll do this afterwards. First, UN CITES. UN CITES. UN CITES is different from UNCT. UNCT is for urban development. UN CITES is for, don't read it, UN cities. UN cities अलग है, ये अलग है. This is UN CITES. UN CITES is conservation is conservation of, what is the full form of CITES? Conservation. So conservation है या convention है? So you can note down, sorry, it is a convention on international trade in endangered species. It's a convention on international trade in endangered species of wild flora and fauna. Of wild flora and fauna. Of wild flora and fauna. Convention on international trade in endangered species of wild flora and fauna. So what it is going to do? It is going to ensure that the international trade in the endangered species does not threaten them or does not make them extinct. Fine, very simple. So it is an intergovernmental treaty. It is an intergovernmental treaty to ensure that trade in the wildlife species, does not threaten their survival, also known as Washington Convention. It is also known as Washington Convention, not consensus. It was established by Washington Consensus, but the convention is Washington Convention. Fine. कैसे protect करेगा? It will list the animal into 3: Appendix 1, Appendix 2 and Appendix 3. अब अभी तक यूपीएससी इतना डिटेल में नहीं गया है. Appendix 1, 2, 3. Still we'll write what is there in the Appendix 1, Appendix 2 and Appendix 3. So it gives varying degree of protection It gives varying degree of protection. Varying, VARYING, varying. जैसे हमारा शेड्यूल वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट, शेड्यूल 1, शेड्यूल 2, शेड्यूल 3. It gives varying degree of protection by listing the animals, by listing the flora and fauna, not animals, by listing the flora and fauna in Appendix 1. Appendix 1. कौन से स्पीसीज होंगे अपेंडिक्स 1 में? स्पीसीज थ्रेटेंड विथ एक्सटिंक्शन. स्पीसीज थ्रेटेंड विथ एक्सटिंक्शन. Species threatened with extinction. Example: tiger, rhino, cheetah. Appendix 2. Species not necessarily threatened with extinction. Appendix 2. Species not necessarily threatened with extinction, but may become extinct if their trade is allowed. May become extinct if their trade is allowed. मतलब there are large number, but अगर उनका ट्रेड चलते रहा तो they will become extinct. Example: zebra. Example: zebra. Second example: black bear. Black bear. Beer. और क्वीन कॉन्च. What it is? शंख, बिग शंख जो मंदिरों में यूज होता है. फाइन. क्वीन कॉन्च. It is nothing but a snail. It is an example of an cnidarian, shell on the outer covering. Fine. Third, Appendix 3. Are those species that are listed as threatened in at least one country. As threatened in at least one country. देखो, प्रीलिम्स के लिए हम पढ़ रहे हैं डू द कीवर्ड्स. अभी के अभी कीवर्ड्स कैसे करना है. साइट्स इज एन इंटर गवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, ट्रीटी कर लिया. कहाँ? इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज वॉशिंगटन कन्वेंशन. क्या करता है वो? ट्रेड को रेगुलेट करता है. फाइन. कैसे करता है? 3 डिग्रीज, 3 ग्रुप्स है. व्हाट इज अपेंडिक्स 1? थ्रेटेंड विथ एक्सटिंक्शन. खत्म. अपेंडिक्स 2 ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ एक्सटिंक्शन, नॉट थ्रेटेंड विथ एक्सटिंक्शन, ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ एक्सटिंक्शन. एंड अपेंडिक्स 3 एक कंट्री में थ्रेटेंड है. बस खुद की मदर टंग में करो स्टडीज. ये फैक्चुअल डेटा का, फैक्चुअल डेटा इज वेरी इजी. इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में स्टडीज करो, फैक्चुअल डेटा इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. फाइन. सेम विथ पॉलिटी. इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में स्टडी करने की कोशिश करो, पॉलिटी भूल जाओगे. मदर टंग में अंडरस्टैंड करो, हाँ ये प्रेसिडेंट करेगा, ये पार्लियामेंट करता है, प्रेसिडेंट नहीं करता. पॉलिटी इज वेरी इजी. फाइन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल एस्टिमेट कमेटी, हाँ पैसे निकालती है, पैसे की एस्टिमेट करती है, तो क्यों किसी राज्यसभा वालों को रखेंगे, लोकसभा वालों को ही रखेंगे. फाइन. ऐसे याद करने की कोशिश करो, पॉलिटी इज वेरी इजी. जितने भी मोशंस है, कट मोशन, अप्रोप्रिएशन मोशन, एडजॉर्नमेंट मोशन. एडजॉर्नमेंट में अरे सब कुछ रोक देगा, क्यों? क्योंकि बहुत इमरजेंसी मैटर है, 50 MP लेके आए हैं. बस बात खत्म. और वही याद करने की कोशिश करो, इट शुड बी फॉरवर्डेड बाय नॉट लेस देन 50 मेंबर्स ऑफ, फिर इट बिकम्स डिफिकल्ट. सो ऐसे ही याद करने की कोशिश करो कि ये एक्सटिंक्ट होने वाले हैं, ये एक्सटिंक्ट होने का डर है, ये एक्सटिंक्ट हो सकते हैं, ये एक ही कंट्री में थ्रेटेंड है. दैट इज 3 डिग्रीज ऑफ प्रोटेक्शन. फाइन. And remember, what I'm telling you is highly scientific. It has shown that some of the things you will always remember better in your mother tongue. और मेंस में ये लिखना नहीं है एज इट इज लैंग्वेज, नीदर पॉलिटी की रखनी है, लिखनी है. रेपो क्या है, मैं पैसे डालूंगा. रिवर्स रेपो क्या है, मैं पैसे ले लूंगा. अगर इतना आसान है, मैं कौन है, मैं रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया हूं. अगर ये इतना आसान है तो व्हाई शुड यू कीप ऑन मगिंग ईच एंड एवरीथिंग. ट्राई टू रिमेंबर दिस फैक्चुअल डेटा फॉर प्रीलिम्स इन अ वेरी इजी लैंग्वेज एंड यू डोंट हैव टू राइट दिस इन द मेंस. मेंस में तो सारी एनालिसिस है. सो दिस इज व्हाट इज द साइट्स. गेटिंग इट. सो अपेंडिक्स 1 क्या है? यूएन साइट्स. हाँ, यूनाइटेड नेशंस की ट्रीटी है. किसके लिए है? ट्रेड के लिए है. 3 इसमें दे आर. अब दोज हु आर फ्रॉम, दोज हु डोंट अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी, you try to understand my emotions here, what I am trying to tell. Anyone from the 3 states जिनको हिंदी, there are people from Maharashtra also. What I want to tell you is remember in your mother tongue and just try to remember one keyword. One is going to get extinct, the other is on the verge of extinction. One is the appendix 3, least protection because it is threatened only in one country. Khatam. UN sites. Fine. Traffic. So UN sites and India. Sorry, UN sites and India. UN sites and India. UN sites has undertaken many projects. Especially with the help of Wildlife Crime Control Bureau under the Ministry of Home Affairs, Environment, under the Ministry of Environment. So zaruri nahi every crime is under the Home Affairs. Under the Ministry of Environment. Example, Project Mike. What is this Project Mike? Monitoring illegal killing of elephants. Monitoring illegal killing of elephants. Monitoring illegal killing of elephants. Second, हाथी मेरे साथी. हाथी मेरे साथी. हाथी मेरे साथी. That is it is a program. It is a program launched by Wildlife Trust of India. Wildlife Trust of India. Aimed at reducing the population of elephants, reducing the threat on the elephants, because and thus increasing their population. One of the important component of this project is to take गजा मतलब हाथी, to praja means people. Take gaja to praja. Now you have to understand क्या डिफरेंस है. टाइगर्स को एक्सटिंक्शन का थ्रेट है, एलिफेंट्स को एक्सटिंक्शन का नहीं. एलिफेंट्स को हैबिटेट लॉस का थ्रेट है. एंड व्हेन देयर इज अ लॉस ऑफ हैबिटेट टू द टस्कर गेट्स cracked, and when it gets cracked up, then वो कुछ survive नहीं करता. This is one thing, that is it will kill anything that will come in the path. Second, the problem that is happening due to the elephants is liquor. Elephants are attracted by daru. In simple words, yes, elephants are attracted by liquor that is grown illegally in the villages, and therefore elephants will enter the village and liquor पीने के बाद they will run wild, and as a result of this there is a human animal conflict. ये दारू नहीं, इंग्लिश दारू नहीं, स्टॉल वाली नहीं, जो बनती है illegally inside, उनके तरफ elephants are getting attracted more and more, and therefore they are entering the villages. So see, देखो मेरा ये कहना है कि illegal liquor is already doing this. गजा टू प्रजा, illegal liquor, but उसको proper इसमें लाना है. That means this is what is there. कुछ नहीं, you should just know Mike is for what and हाथी मेरे साथी is for what, nothing else. Fine? किसके साथ करेगा? Wildlife Crime Control Bureau. Next is traffic. Current affairs में क्यों है? Why we are doing? Because the government of India has demanded to remove of India has demanded to remove the rosewood from the sites. So one current affairs thing here, that is rosewood is part of Appendix 2 of sites. And the rosewood is associated with tropical moist deciduous and semi-evergreen forest of India. Tropical moist deciduous and semi-evergreen forests of India. Moist deciduous and semi-evergreen forest of India. वैसे rosewood is of which forest? That day this was your question. Which forest? रोजवुड मतलब व्हाट यू सेड, शीशम. रोजवुड मतलब दलबरगिया या कुछ तो हिंदी में, मेरे को भी. इट इज एसोसिएटेड विथ ट्रॉपिकल एवरग्रीन फॉरेस्ट. रोजवुड, एबनी, माहोगनी ट्रॉपिकल एवरग्रीन का है, नॉट ऑफ डेसिडियस. सेमी एवरग्रीन या मॉइस्ट डेसिडियस, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस? सेमी एवरग्रीन में देयर इज अ मिक्सचर ऑफ एवरग्रीन ट्रीज एंड डेसिडियस ट्रीज, बट ज्यादा ट्रीज होंगे एवरग्रीन, सो डेसिडियस का इंडियन रोजवुड आ जाता है. व्हाट इज मॉइस्ट डेसिडियस? देयर इज अ मिक्सचर ऑफ एवरग्रीन ट्रीज एंड द डेसिडियस ट्रीज, बट ज्यादा ट्रीज होंगे डेसिडियस के, इसलिए इंडियन रोजवुड आ जाता है. नहीं. Second is traffic. क्या? तो करंट अफेयर्स का ये याद रखना, क्या आप ये याद रखना अपेंडिक्स 2 में क्या है? रोजवुड. ट्रैफिक. Traffic is a non-governmental organization. Co-founded by WWF and IUCN, working on the global trade of wild animals and plants. क्या डिफरेंस है? वर्किंग ऑन द ग्लोबल ट्रेड ऑफ वाइल्ड प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स. उसमें क्या है? एंडेंजर्ड. इसमें क्या है? वाइल्ड. ट्रैफिक इज फॉर एनीथिंग दैट इज वाइल्ड, दैट इज ओनली फॉर द एंडेंजर्ड. राइट? The aim is to ensure that the trade in the wild plants and animals is not threat to the conservation of nature. One of the major programs of traffic was प्रोजेक्ट शाटुश. किसके लिए? चीरू. प्रोजेक्ट शाटुश. Second, it also passed a resolution in United Nations. For reducing the trade, for combating the illegal wildlife trade. And recently, it has launched a program for the protection of Indian pangolins. Now, though we have seen this PPT earlier, जो हमने पहले देखा है, today you will get this because this is totally updated with. ये मिली है पहले, वो उसको नहीं पढ़ना है, सिर्फ इसको पढ़ना है, जो अभी मिलेगी. अगर आपके पास if you are having this, तो उसको पढ़ने की जरूरत. So you will understand what are the changes. So the first change is dugong. मिला, देखा था हमने. Where do we find in India? कहाँ पे? ईस्टर्न कोस्ट या गल्फ ऑफ मन्नार, गल्फ ऑफ कच्छ, अंडमान एंड निकोबार आइलैंड्स. Dugongs are the cousins of manatees. क्या डिफरेंस है? And have a sheer plum appearance, but have a dolphin-like tail. किसको? Dugongs को. इतना डिटेल में करने की जरूरत नहीं, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है. Unlike manatees, which are used freshwater areas, dugong is strictly restricted to the marine areas. Dugong is marine, manatees are freshwater mammals. Fine. Now, कहाँ पे है? In India, they are found in the Gulf of Mannar, Gulf of Kutch and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. तीन ही जगह है dugong का in India. Gulf of Mannar, Gulf of Kutch and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Fine. And this is your past year question. Reference to dugong. Major areas ये तीन है. It is an herbivorous marine animal. Yes, herbivorous है. It will eat the grass and therefore it is mammal. Sea cow. Known as sea cow because they graze peacefully on the sea grasses in the shallow coastal waters. It is found along the entire eastern coast of India or entire coast of India? No. It is found majorly at 3 places. It is not found and it is given a legal protection under Schedule 1. Yes, obviously. But ये अगर पता भी नहीं है तो देखो, you know this is obviously wrong. ये जाता है, ये जाता है. What is 100% right is this. So this is how you should approach. सबसे पहले cancel करो which is surely wrong. So there is no need of looking at, मतलब पूरा पढ़ने से पहले भी if I do this, it is found along the entire coast of India. Before reading also, in the examination I will cut what is true. So I don't have to waste time in thinking A and B is right or wrong. Then I will come to C and D. Then I will see इसमें से 100% sure is this. One only option नहीं है. So the answer is obviously 1 and 3. There is no need of remembering everything and wasting 5 minutes on each question. First, cut out what surely has not to be there. You come to 50-50, then see which surely has to be there. And then the answer is this thing. This is how you start solving the MCQs right from today. पहले eliminate करो, फिर select करो. Fine, you will surely go to 65-70 MCQs after doing this technique. क्योंकि elimination technique, right technique आपको 30-35 तक ले जाएगा. Elimination technique आपको 25 next, and selection technique around 20-25. And this is how much you have to attempt in the examination. We have done this Indian saltwater crocodile. What you should know, that it is also known as an estuarine crocodile. क्यों estuarine crocodile? Because आजकल they can give you a question कि they can confuse you with this Indian saltwater crocodile with मगर, जो आजकल न्यूज में है. We along the, but difference is मगर पूरे इंडिया में, Indian saltwater crocodile भीतरकनिका मैनग्रोव्स, ओडिशा, सुंदरबन मैनग्रोव्स, पीचावरम मैनग्रोव्स. कौन से स्टेट में पीचावरम मैनग्रोव्स? तमिलनाडु. पीचावरम मैनग्रोव्स तमिलनाडु. महानदी डेल्टा, Godavari Delta, Krishna Delta, and the swamplands of Orissa and West Bengal. So can I say it is found only in the eastern coast? Right? So this is what you try to remember. Indian saltwater crocodile, which is the largest living predator, largest of all the living reptiles, as well as largest of terrestrial and riparian predator in the world, is found only on the eastern coast of India. That is known as estuarine crocodile or saltwater crocodile. This is Mahamagar, not Magar. Magar crocodile is छोटा, जिसका length is 6 feet के आसपास. इसका 27 feet का length है. Fine? 25 से 27 feet का length है. Average length you should remember is 24 to 25 feet. Indian saltwater crocodile. Snow leopard, Himalayas. Project Snow Leopard was launched in 2009 to safeguard and conserve the India's unique natural heritage in the high altitude wildlife population and areas. कितने states में? सारे Himalayan states में? नहीं. Only in the 5 states, because it is found only in the alpine meadows. And alpine meadows is found only जहाँ पे बर्फ है. That is in the 5 states. Fine. Some interesting fact if you want to remember, because India has, उसका status is vulnerable. It has been recently upgraded. Can I say upgraded? मतलब for better. Endangered से it has made now vulnerable. वैसे downgradation है status का. पहले critically endangered था, अब endangered हो गया, अब vulnerable हो गया. वैसे downgrade हुआ है या upgrade हुआ है? जो कुछ याद रखना है, आपको रखना है कि ये पहले ज्यादा threatened था, अब ये less threatened है, because India has been one of the most successful country in preservation of the snow leopard. और सारे world में snow leopard? No. It is found only in 12 countries of Asia. याद रखना, it is not found in tundra region. I have already told you, it is found in China, Bhutan, Nepal, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Russia, Mongolia, but their population is dropping. You don't have to study this much in detail. क्या खासियत है स्नो लेपर्ड की? द ओनली एनिमल विच कैन जंप 6 times द लेंथ ऑफ इट्स बॉडी. अगर उसकी बॉडी इज समवेयर 4 feet, सो उसका वैसे यू शुड रिमेंबर इट कैन जंप समवेयर अराउंड 50 meters, एंड देयरफॉर इट इज सो डेंजरस. 50 मीटर वो जंप कर सकता है आगे. सो कैन आई गो टू द नेक्स्ट? वी हैव डन दिस स्लो लोरिस. फाइन. We have done this slender loris. I have updated कहाँ slow loris western Ghats. Nocturnal है, slow loris northeast, slender loris western Ghats. Slow loris are the group of several species of nocturnal primates found in northeast India. बस इतना ही याद रखना, बाकी northeast India के आसपास. Indian gaur or wild water bison. Don't confuse this with Indian wild water buffalo. Everything is updated because right now we have launched a program for Indian gaur. So Indian gaur or bison is the tallest species of wild cattle found in India and the largest bovine in the world. Itna big cattle और obviously कहीं नहीं मिलेगा in the world. So it is one of the largest bovine in the world. कहाँ पे है उसका population? Its population is stable in the protected areas of South India, particularly in the Western Ghats and Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. देखो, it is found all over India, all over the mainland India. And these are the important national parks. Have a list of these national parks और खुद को पूछो एग्जाम से पहले वेदर यू नो द स्टेट्स. नागरहोल कर्नाटका, बंदीपुर कर्नाटका, पेरियार न्यूज में है, अयप्पा स्वामी टेम्पल, सबरीमला इश्यू, मधुमलई तमिलनाडु क्यों न्यूज में है, फॉरेस्ट फायर्स, काजीरंगा नेशनल पार्क असम, भद्रा वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी कर्नाटका, सत्यमंगलम तमिलनाडु. आ चुका है क्वेश्चन. राधानगरी महाराष्ट्र. नहीं पता होगा बिकॉज इट इज नॉट दैट इंपॉर्टेंट, बट इट इज द ओनली डेडिकेटेड टू बाइसन, इसलिए ये पता होना चाहिए राधानगरी. फाइन. सो दिस इज ऑल फ्रॉम द हिंदू का न्यूज आर्टिकल ऑन द बाइसन एंड लास्ट 1 year का इट हैज बीन अपडेटेड हियर. सो कैन आई से बाइसन इज फाउंड ऑल ओवर इंडिया, आसाम से लेके तमिलनाडु तक. सो यू कैन, we have already done this. Bandipur, Western Ghats. Madhumalai, Western Ghats. Fine. Nilgiris, Western Ghats. Silent Valley, a part of Nilgiris. Siruvani, Western Ghats. फिर यहाँ से Eastern Ghats शुरू हो जाते हैं. And therefore, this is what is the junction of Eastern and Western Ghats. And they Eastern Ghats है. Biligiri, Ranga, Swami, Temple Reserve. Kaveri Reserve. Ranganathitu Lake. We have done all this. River Kaveri, Srirangapatnam Island, Shivasamudram Island. Indian wild water buffalo, because iska program has been launched by government of India to conserve. That program is not that important. वैसे programs are for every animal, so we are not going to do that. Wild water buffalo is also known as Asian buffalo. Don't confuse Asian buffalo with this. Fine. Is the large bovine native to Indian subcontinent continent and Southeast Asia. It is endangered. इसको कोई threat नहीं है, देख के ही पता लगता है there is no threat to this. बेचारा ये अपना शांत खड़ा है. You see the चेहरे का, इसके गुस्सा देखो. And you see this. So obviously try to remember कौन सा threatened है. So with all these jokes, this is threatened. Hence endangered in the IUCN red list because of less number of population. And कहाँ है species? काजीरंगा, आसाम. It is found mostly in Northeast India. देखो कुछ national park शायद नहीं सुने होंगे because मैंने भी तभी सुने थे जब न्यूज में आए थे. For example, this one. Fine. So Kaziranga Manas, Assam, Dibru Saikhowa, very commonly known, Assam, Laukhoa Wildlife Sanctuary, Bura Chapori Wildlife Sanctuary, Assam. मतलब this all are in the news, so have a list of this. अगर याद आए तो very fine, नहीं भी याद आए, even if you have read this 1 or twice, examination में याद आएगा because questions will be very direct. पक्के टाइगर रिजर्व कहाँ पे है, जैसे अरुणाचल वैसे this thing. It is found in the Ering Memorial Wildlife Sanctuary, Arunachal Pradesh. Balpakaram National Park, Meghalaya. I have asked in the QEP to focus on this national park very, very properly. Balpakaram National Park, very high chances of coming this year because red panda ka largest population is believed to in the Balpakaram National Park. And इस साल ऐसे पता चला है कि यहाँ पे tigers नहीं है in the Balpakaram National Park. That is why it is in the Nokrek Biosphere Reserve, Balpakaram. Fine. In Meghalaya, and Indravati National Park, obviously in the Chhattisgarh region. So have a list of this national park. I am again not concerned with this. This slide is important because of this information. And this information को remember करने के लिए ये information है. So that you remember it very easily. Fine with this? We have done this. अब क्या है current इसमें? Bhur Singh. Who is Bhur Singh? The mascot. The first national park to have a mascot is Kanha National Park, and उसका mascot is Indian swam deer, जिसका नाम उसने रखा है Bhur Singh. पुराना तो हो गया है 2017. Kanha National Park, remember this. Bhur Singh is Indian swam deer. The Kanha National Park is the first national park in India to have an official mascot. Mascot जैसे महाराजा इंडिया एयर इंडिया का है. फाइन. सो ऐसे भूर सिंह. सो व्हाट इज भूर सिंह? इज अ इंडियन स्वैम डियर जिसका नाम है नथिंग बट बारहसिंगा. वी हैव डन दिस आइबेक्स, ये बार बार, ये भी कुछ खास नहीं. यूरेशियन ओटर. सो करंट अफेयर्स क्या है? You will get this handout tomorrow. जो भी करंट का हैंडआउट है, फैक्चुअल डेटा, पिलिभिट टाइगर रिजर्व. अगेन क्वेश्चन ये नहीं आएगा कहाँ पे फर्स्ट ओटर सेंसस हो रहा है. क्वेश्चन दे विल आस्क यू ऑन ओटर, where it is found all over India. Second, they will ask you Pilibhit Tiger Reserve is where? So UP. Fine. Black buck, nothing. It is also known as Indian antelope. Great Indian bustard, we have done this. Sarus crane, we have done this. Nicobar pigeon, we have done this. अब यहाँ पे आता है the current things again. Andaman and Nicobar Island is home to 10th of Indian faunal species. Means there are some of the species which are endemic only to the Andaman and Nicobar Island. And what are these endemic species? One is Nicobar megapode. The other is Narcodum hornbill. So we have seen great hornbill, right? Found on the western Ghats of India. And this is the Narcodum hornbill, found only in the Narcodum island of Andaman group, Nicobar group, Andaman group. नॉर्थ में अंडमान के नॉर्थ में नारकोडम, उसके थोड़ा साउथ में बैरन. द स्मॉलेस्ट हॉर्नबिल ऑफ ऑल. So its habitat is restricted to the lone island. Means this is an important this thing, not for this information but for this information. Then Nicobar megapode, इसमें क्या करना है? A bird that builds the nest on the ground. Nicobar tree shrew, कुछ नहीं करना है. A small mole-like mammal. I have shown you a photo. Endangered species में हाथ के ऊपर. Fine. The long-tailed Nicobar macaw, कोई काम का नहीं है. Lion-tailed है, बहुत इनफ है. कहाँ पे है lion-tailed? वेस्टर्न घाट्स, क्योंकि वैसे इंडिया में लॉन्ग टेल्ड है, पिक टेल्ड है, स्टम्प टेल्ड है, मंकीज की कमी नहीं है इंडिया में. सो अंडमान डे गेको कुछ काम का नहीं है. फाइट. सो फाउंड ओनली ऑन द अंडमान एंड निकोबार आइलैंड्स एंड नोवेयर एल्स. सो इसलिए हमने थियरी कर ली है, इज एंडेमिज्म वेरी हाई ऑन द आइलैंड्स. गेट हियर. Fine, endemism is very high, but biodiversity not necessarily be very, very high. Endemism will be very high. The second information I want you to remember is एक नई book, a recent publication by Zoological Survey of India titled Faunal Diversity of Biogeographic Zones, Islands of India has been for the first time come up with the database. ये कुछ काम का नहीं है. Who releases it? Faunal Diversity of India is released by which? By the Zoological Survey. Again, ये पढ़ाने की जरूरत नहीं, बट एग्जामिनेशन में दिमाग चलना चाहिए. एंड जनरली फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में होता नहीं है, या जनरली एग्जाम में नहीं चलता. इट इज नॉट ऑन द फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट और सेकंड अटेम्प्ट. इट इज बेस्ड ऑन हाउ मेंटली कूल यू आर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, कुछ भी हो जाए, मैंने पढ़ाई की है, मेरी पढ़ाई मतलब पढ़ाई करने के बाद होगा ये कॉन्फिडेंस. सो मैंने पढ़ाई की है, जितना किया है इनफ. वहां पे दिमाग चलेगा. अरे फाउनल डाइवर्सिटी कौन पब्लिश करेगा? जूलॉजिकल सर्वे. क्यों वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट, वाइल्ड लाइफ क्राइम कंट्रोल ब्यूरो करेगा? क्यों बॉटनिकल सर्वे करेगा? इट इज ओनली जूलॉजिकल सर्वे. बट अगर नहीं है तो वहां दिमाग नहीं चलेगा. यू हैव टू बी कूल, वेरी वेरी कूल. कूल रहने के लिए पढ़ाई करने का टाइम है अभी से 30 मई तक या 31 मई तक. 1 जून को सोने का टाइम है. वो नहीं कि 1 मई को सब कुछ बचा है, मैं कुछ कर रहा हूँ और फिर भगवान मैं कल 21 लड्डू चढ़ाऊंगा और प्लीज जो मेरे क्वेश्चन जो मैंने पढ़े हैं, फिर उससे टेंशन में आओगे, उससे कुछ नहीं होगा. अदरवाइज मेनी ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस कैन बी सॉल्व्ड वेरी वेरी इजीली. फाइन विद दिस. सो दिस इज व्हाट हियर इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर दिस ईयर इज, एंड यू कैन सी ऑल आर फ्रॉम आर्टिकल्स फ्रॉम हिंदू ओनली. वी आर नॉट even going beyond Hindu of last 6 months. Narcodum hornbill and Nicobar megapode. And this sociable lapwing, This is a sociable lapping. Again, a revision of what we have studied. Why this is there? Because we have already studied कि it is on the verge of extinction. अब IUCN ने उसको officially critically endangered दे दिया है. And this is an article that is the sociable lapwing. It is a bird which comes to India. It is not a native of India. It is a guest to India. And कहाँ पे आता है generally? Nal Sarovar. Is it a Ramsar site? Yes. So रिवाइज करके जाओ नल सरोवर, मैप देख के जाओ, देखो उसके आसपास देयर इज वन मोर सरोवर, दैट इज नारायण सरोवर. It is critically endangered. बस. So this can come because sociable lapwing can, because इसको कंजर्व करने के लिए एक पूरा, and see this all are news, but obviously this is from Times of India, not from Hindu. Fine. Can I go to the next slide? Spoon-billed sandpiper. There can be one from here. Where it is coming? West or east of India mostly? West. और ये east. Spoon-billed sandpiper. Dono are critically endangered and this is on the verge of extinction. You can see how many population. Only between 240 to 400 birds globally. That means it can become extinct this year if we don't conserve it. It was last sighted in Bengal in 1940s. फिर क्यों न्यूज़ आया? क्योंकि जब ये फोटो निकाला गया था, that was the second sighting. कितने सालों बाद? 1940s के बाद 2018 में. That is, India is showing improvement in the wetlands. This all shows, and therefore these birds are coming to India. Last sighting in India at Point Calimar in Tamil Nadu. This year it has been sighted in Point Calimar. उससे पहले it was sighted in Bengal. Fine. So spoon-billed sandpiper इस तरफ और sociable lapwing उस तरफ. Can I go to the next? Clouded leopard. We have done this. Something extra here, I guess उस समय ये information नहीं थी. The clouded leopard is a white cat occurring in the Himalayan foothills through Southeast Asia and China, and it is vulnerable in the IUCN Red List, and it is the state animal of Meghalaya. This information is not required by say for prelims, but it is, if when you study this much, it will help you in solving many of the other questions. Fine? This article you all have gone through. Fine? So, India has 9 species of vulture. Cube vultures मर रहे हैं. You already know this, which is because of the drug diclofenac. So we have the 9 species of vulture. अब क्या पढ़ना है उस article में से? कुछ भी नहीं. You should just know bioaccumulation and the diclofenac. We have the 9 species of vulture here. And what are these 9 species of vulture? Oriental white-backed, long-billed, slender-billed, Himalayan griffon, Eurasian griffon, Egyptian vulture, bearded vulture, cinereous vulture, king vulture. King vulture, Assam critically endangered. Now, ये कुछ भी नहीं आएगा. एक past year question आया था. This Egyptian vulture, is it found in India or not? ये पूछा था. मतलब UPSC क्या logic check कर रहा था? Egyptian vulture India में क्यों मिलेगा? Fine? Yes, it is found in India, Egyptian vulture. जिनको ज़्यादा interest है, you can go through the photos also of the different type of vultures that are found. But यहाँ पे focus only on the next slide. That is this thing. You have to focus. India has the 9 species of vultures, 6 of which are found in Assam. And secondly, you have to focus here. Fine? Nothing else. Fine with this? Hornbills. India has 9 hornbill species. वैसे ही नहीं 5th है birds में, 7th है birds में. इतने ज़्यादा birds हैं India में. Out of which are found in obviously Western Ghats. Grey hornbill, Indian grey hornbill is endemic to India. So this is the most important point. Indian grey hornbill is found only in India. ये चाहे तो notes में लिख लेना आप. Indian grey hornbill is found only in India. दिल्ली में भी मिलता है Indian grey hornbill. Grey hornbill is endemic to India. बाकी का करने की जरूरत नहीं, ये तो नहीं पूछेंगे मलाबार हॉर्नबिल इज एंडेमिक टू विच, नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया और वेस्टर्न घाट्स, नाम में ही पता लगता है. मलाबार ग्रे हॉर्नबिल इज एंडेमिक टू वेस्टर्न घाट्स. मलाबार पाइड हॉर्नबिल इज एंडेमिक टू इंडिया एंड श्रीलंका एंड इज वाइडली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड, बट सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है ग्रेट हॉर्नबिल. फाइन. एंड वी हैव वन ऑफ द स्मॉलेस्ट हॉर्नबिल का range, that is we have done this, that is Narcodum hornbill. So from the hornbill point of view, three important things: grey hornbill endemic only to India, the great hornbill which is most threatened, Western Ghats, Northeast India and Southeast Asia, but most importantly Western Ghats. किसका लोगो है? Bombay Natural History Society. And do we have, what do you mean by smallest range? Means it is found only in that particular region. So that is the Narcodum hornbill. Grey hornbill, if you properly watch the gardens after obviously your exam, you will find grey hornbill in Delhi also. So great hornbills are found in India, Bhutan, mainland Southeast Asia. Fine. And it is a logo of Bombay Natural History Society. Quickly revising what is Bombay Natural History Society. We are the oldest scientific organization in India. Why? You know, it was founded in 1883. Our primary goal is to spread awareness about nature through science-based research, conservation, education, scientific publication, nature tours and other programs. Fine? Go through it very quickly. पिछले साल we started focusing on hornbill and therefore we got the Indian government का and IUCN का हमें award मिला था of to this hornbill nest adaptation program का award was given to Pakke Tiger Reservoir. और ये question आया था directly, Pakke Tiger Reservoir is in which state? Why? Because from last year they started celebrating this festival, Pakke Paga festival. अब it is, which state is this? Arunachal Pradesh. Narcodum hornbill, not necessarily important, but this is why it was in the news. What is this bird? This is greater flamingo. Fine. Now coming to see the diversity. India has 370 avian varieties, out of which that is the 370 species of migratory birds visit Indian subcontinent, out of which 310 are wetland birds, remaining are the dryland birds. So we obviously the focus is on the wetland birds. Why so many birds visit India? Because India is in this green belt. And what is this green belt? This is one of the flyways. So there are 9 flyways in the world. What is important? What is a flyway? Flyway is a geographical region within which single or a group of migratory species completes its annual cycle. Pura annual cycle, breeding, staying, etc. That is a flyway. कैसे question आएगा? You should anticipate that also. A flyway is a region जहाँ पे during the conflict planes are not allowed. A region during a conflict where the plane should be flying away from that. See, none of the above. Getting it? फ्लाईवे क्या है? बिकॉज क्या आसपास चल रहा है? स्पेस डेब्रिज जा रहा है जिसमें यूपीएससी फ्लाईवे को आपको कंफ्यूज कर सकती है. इंडो पाक इश्यू चल रहा है उसमें नो फ्लाई जोन को फ्लाईवे से कंफ्यूज कर सकती है. और जनरल फ्लाईवे क्या है? यू हैव टू एंटिसिपेट द क्वेश्चंस. फाइन. सो डोंट कंफ्यूज नो फ्लाई जोन विद द फ्लाईवे. Fine. No fly zone is for the aircrafts. Flyway is for the birds. कितने flyway है? There are 9 flyways, out of which India comes in between. That is starting from Siberia. इसलिए हम करते हैं Siberian birds visiting India. कभी ये नहीं करते हम Great Lakes के bird visiting India. They don't come in our flyway. This is the flyway. Fine. And these are the famous birds that use our flyway. Fine. और जैसे मैंने आपको बहुत पहले बोला था, दे स्टार्ट फ्रॉम लेक बैकाल. जितना लंबा रूट हो सके उतना लेके आएंगे. नॉट अंडरस्टूड. एंड अल्टीमेटली दे विल कम एंड सेटल नियर द चिल्का. एंड चिल्का बिकम्स अ बायोडाइवर्सिटी हॉटस्पॉट. And therefore, now to protect the birds, we have launched National Plan for the Conservation of Migratory Birds. Now, what to study? इतना बड़ा plan है. You have to study the keywords. The overall long-term goal of the National Action Plan किसके लिए? Migratory birds के लिए is to arrest the population decline and secure the habitats of the migratory bird species. So two keywords: population decline and habitats protect करना. While the short-term action plan seeks by 2027 to halt the downward trends in declining the meta populations and maintain the stable or increasing trend. 3 words: habitat to conserve करो, fine. उसके बाद population decline attend ये करो और उसके बाद stabilize करो, बाकी कुछ नहीं, fine. Action plan: halt the reverse and decline of migratory birds. यही करेंगे, ये थोड़ी करेंगे इंक्रीज द रिवर्स डिक्लाइन ऑफ द माइग्रेटरी बर्ड्स. इट इज ऑब्वियसली गोइंग टू बी हॉल्ट. कैसे करोगे? रिड्यूस द प्रेशर ऑन उनका हैबिटेट्स. हैबिटेट्स मतलब उनका एड्रेस, चिल्का लेक जैसा. कैसे? डेवलप द कैपेसिटी एट मल्टी लेवल्स टू एंटिसिपेट एंड अवॉइड द थ्रेट्स टू द हैबिटेट्स. मतलब द फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट, लोकल पीपल शुड एंटिसिपेट एंड अवॉइड द थ्रेट्स. ये सब कभी पढ़ना नहीं होता. दिस इज वेरी मच ऑब्वियस. किसी भी प्रोग्राम में होगा, पढ़ना ये होता है ऊपर के 2 लाइन्स. It is very obvious. Fine. Improve the database and support systems. Again, very obvious. Sensitize the stakeholders to take collaborative actions and support transboundary cooperation to secure the migratory birds. Now see, again I am coming. Halt the reverse and decline. How? By reducing the pressure on the habitats. How? By involving the local people and the forest officers so that they can anticipate and collaborate. And किसके लिए ये? Migratory birds के लिए. So obviously there has to be transboundary cooperation. But this is the point you should be storing for prelims. Getting it? Simple language, नीचे ही. This is all from PIB. So it has 6 species conservation, habitat conservation, capacity development, communication and outreach, रिसर्च एंड नॉलेज बेस्ड डेवलपमेंट एंड इंटरनेशनल कोऑपरेशन. यही 6 को इन्होंने दिया है. फाइन विद दिस? गेटिंग इट? रिमेंबर द गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स ओनली बाय द कीवर्ड्स. सो व्हाट आर द कीवर्ड्स? ट्रांसबाउंड्री, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग, कम्युनिकेशन. यू आर लिविंग नियर द चिल्का, द गवर्नमेंट हैज टू टेल यू कि नहीं, स्टॉप करना है, सो दैट अल्टीमेटली वी आर गोइंग टू डिक्लाइन, स्टॉप द रिवर्स एंड डिक्लाइन. फाइन विद दिस? सो दैट इंडिया बिकम्स अ टूरिस्ट हॉटस्पॉट फॉर द माइग्रेटरी बर्ड्स. गेटिंग इट? इसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं है. What is this animal? This is Indian pangolin. Or this is pangolin. How can you say it is Indian pangolin only? Which is Chinese, which is Indian? Okay, how many pangolin species are found in India? 2. One is Indian pangolin, the other is Chinese pangolin. Fine. There are 2 species of pangolin found in India. क्या खासियत है? It can roll, and इसका body is made up of scales, which is tough. But unfortunately उसको कैसे मारा जाता है? By putting in boiling water. क्यों? Because it is the most trafficked animal in the world. So, obsession for medicinal scales in China is believed to have made the ant-eating pangolin extinct. So, pangolin is an ant-eating species. ये point याद रखना है. Second, most trafficked mammal in the world. ठीक है? Wildlife experts mount the possible extinction. इंडिया में 2 pangolin, Chinese pangolin found in the northeast, and Indian pangolin found in elsewhere of India being wiped out in a decade or so. But which has become possibly extinct is Chinese pangolin. And this is now critically endangered. Chinese pangolin was officially categorized as critically endangered in 2014, but I think it is extinct today. ये याद मत रखो who is the officer in charge, but it has become extinct today, while the next Indian pangolin, which is found in the mainland India, is threatened. So can I conclude like this, the Chinese pangolin in northeast India has become extinct, and Indian pangolin in the entire India has become critically endangered? Fine. So that is the key. It is a ant-eating mammal. So I'll stop here today. We'll meet tomorrow.